Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi ta'ala wabarakatuh. Ladies and gentlemen, as we are about to begin, while waiting for Prof. Shukran Abdul Rahman, let me do some housekeeping notes to ensure that this virtual event can run smoothly. I would like to remind those who are on the camera to dress appropriately. You are allowed to turn off your camera. However, please do not forget to turn it on at the end of the event for the photography session. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi.
Sorry that I'm late.
It's okay, Prof. Sirih berlipat, sirih pinang, sirih dari Pulau Mutiara. Pemanis kata selamat datang, awal bismillah pembuka bicara. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Yang berbahagia Prof. Datuk Dr. Wan Sabri Wan Yusof, Vice Chancellor University of Sultan Azlan Shah. Yang berbahagia Prof. Dr. Ida Madiha Abdul Ghani Azmi, Dean Center for Postgraduate Studies IIUM. Yang berbahagia Prof. Dr. Shukran Abdul Rahman, Dean Kuliah of Islamic Review Knowledge and Human Sciences IIUM, Deputy Deans, Deputy Directors, Head of Departments, Head of Research, Head of International and Global Networking, Professors, Associate Professors, Doctors, and academic members, and last but not least, our graduate, the young researchers and scholars in the making. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi ta'ala wabarakatuh, and a very good afternoon to everyone. Ceremony today with the recitations of Surah Al-Fatiha. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, Alhamdulillah, we have come to the final event of the International Postgraduate Colloquium and Research Poster Competitions, and it is my great pleasure and honor to welcome all of you again this afternoon. My name is Nur Surya binti Muhammad Nur. I am an academic at the Department of Usuluddin and Comparative Religion, Kuliah of Islamic Review Knowledge and Human Sciences, and I am indeed honored to be the MC for this session, and I would like to thank the organizer for giving me this wonderful opportunity. As we are all aware, the Colloquium is jointly organized event by the Kuliah of Islamic Review Knowledge and Human Sciences IIUM and University of Sultan Azlan Shah in collaboration with Asian Islamic Universities Association. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, we are very honored to have with us here this afternoon Yang berbahagia Prof. Datuk Dr. Wan Sabri Wan Yusof, Prof. Ida Madiha Abdul Ghani Azmi, and Prof. Dr. Shukran Abdul Rahman to give us the closing remarks. I would like to now call upon Yang berbahagia Prof. Dr. Shukran Abdul Rahman to present us with the closing remarks. Please welcome, Prof.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillahirabbil alamin. Wassalatu wassalamu ala asyrafil anbiya wal mursalin wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. Rabbi shrah li sadri wa yassir li amri wa hlul 'uqdatam min lisani yafqahu qawli. Amin. Amma ba'd. Thank you very much Dr. Nur Surya, yang berbahagia Datuk Professor Wan Sabri, my friend, the Deputy Vice Chancellor in University Sultan Azlan Shah, Kuala Kangsar, Perak. My dear sister, Professor Ida Madiha, the Dean of Center of Postgraduate Studies, the Chairman of this International Postgraduate Colloquium, Dr. Aslina, committee members, participants, academic members from all institutions. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi ta'ala wabarakatuh, and a very good afternoon to all of you. First of all, I would like to congratulate the committee members of this International Postgraduate Colloquium and Research Posters for successfully conducting this International Postgraduate Colloquium. Thank you also for the hard work that you all have started since months ago. Congratulations also to all participants for your sharing of knowledge, sharing of findings in this colloquium. I believe you must have learned a lot. You must have also contributed a lot throughout sessions that you have participated and throughout the keynote addresses that you have learned from learned scholars who have contributed in this colloquium. So, mashallah, tabarakallah. So may Allah bless all of you. May Allah also enhance and increase our knowledge so that we are more able to contribute to our society, our community, whenever we return to them later on. Ladies and gentlemen, as I have mentioned in my keynote address the other day, we are currently very active in advancing knowledge. So that knowledge will enable us to become able workers in our society, so that we have all the enabling competencies in changing, in developing, or also in improving our society and our community. And this is indeed very important that we work together in the causes of knowledge development, in the causes of knowledge generation, and what more in the causes of knowledge dissemination. Allah says in the Quran that He loves people who put struggle in collective manner, in a strong team, in a strong front. In Surah Al-Saf, we learn that Inna Allaha yuhibbul ladhina yuqatiluna fi sabilihi saffan ka'annahum bunyanun marsus. And I think this initiative that we put together, that we join force together with our friends from other institutions, are in line with this idea, with this instruction, that we stay together, we put force together for one reason. And our reason here is knowledge generation and knowledge dissemination. All right, so hopefully our effort to advance knowledge, for intellectual reason, for educational reason, for social development reason, can bear fruit effectively and efficiently, once we have put our effort together. Right, so this is also one of our initiatives to engage people whom we believe would be of much assistance to us. Engaging the learned community from all over the world, engaging the learning community wherever they are, and also engaging the professional and industrial community who can help us in strengthening our soft, so that we can confidently, we can successfully and effectively deal with this knowledge generation and knowledge dissemination purposes. So I thank you very much to USAS and also the International Association of Islamic Universities for your readiness and for your willingness to work with IIUM, with the Kuliah of Islamic Review Knowledge and Human Sciences especially. I look forward to continue working with all of you in IAIU as well as USAS and other institutions, so that we can strengthen our soft in this knowledge generation and knowledge dissemination. The purpose is to enhance the quality of life through the sharing of knowledge with our community. So thank you very much to all committee members. Thank you very much also to all participants. Hopefully we can see you again next semester. And I hope we can have this as an annual event, that we collaborate with all of you. I would like to take the opportunity to specially record the Kuliah appreciation to the Center for Postgraduate Studies, Professor Ida Madiha and her team, for their kind support, for their enormous support, continuous support to the Kuliah. Now, being a Kuliah with a huge number of postgraduate students, there are many issues. There are also many products that we have in this Kuliah, and we appreciate your support very much, and we look forward to receiving your support in the near future as well. Thank you very much, Professor Ida. All right, so with that, I end my closing speech with wabillahi taufiq wa hidayah. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Over to you, Dr. Surya.
Thank you very much, Prof. Shukran, for the speech. Now, I would like to invite Prof. Dr. Ida Madiha Abdul Ghani Azmi to deliver her closing address. Please welcome, Prof.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alamin. Wassalatu wassalamu ala ashrafil anbiya'i wal mursalin wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. First and foremost, let me congratulate IRKHS, University Sultan Azlan Shah, and International Postgraduate and ASEAN Islamic Universities Association for organizing this PG Colloquium. The quality of PG research and supervision depends substantially on the number of activities that we organize for our students. When I did my PhD more than 4 decades ago, let me stress that or repeat that, 4 decades ago, that shows how long I am in academia. There was not much of a system. There was no research methodology. There was no training whatsoever. We were basically thrown into the river, either swim or sink, and the number of casualties were pretty high at that time. However, because most of us were committed to our study, we persevered, we excelled. Even my first conference papers and publications were during my PhD. Even though at that time there was no expectation to publish, but at that time there were already financial incentives to attend conferences and present papers. And I also obtained my first postdoc Max Planck Fellowship with the recommendation of my supervisor. Now, of course, this speech is not about me, but it's about you, my PG students. It's about you, your experience, achievements, and future endeavors. This prolonged pandemic has forced us to think and rethink of the basic question, why are we created and what are our basic role on this earth? During this COVID-19 pandemic, we should be thinking of creating more value from our research, whether it be useful for others and whether it serves not only as advancement of theory, but a relevant reference for society and community. On that note, here is a question. Why do we as Muslims must lead in terms of research? Here I would like to refer to Prof. Kamal, who is like my guru, my mentor, and my personal guide. Oh, I wish I could live up to him, but I'm nowhere to him. So I have had this opportunity to at least quote and disseminate his ideas. So I had the privilege to be involved in his Vision 2020 quest, where he aims to build the future vision of Muslim Ummah based on the Ummatan Wasatan vision in line of the Quranic ayah Al-Baqarah verse 143. وَكَذَلِكَ جَعَلْنَاكُمْ أُمَّةً وَسَطًا لِتَكُونُوا شُهَدَاءَ عَلَى النَّاسِ وَيَكُونَ الرَّسُولُ عَلَيْكُمْ شَهِيدًا. So the challenge is on us to nurture among the Muslim community the principles of Wasatiyya as mentioned by Prof. Kamal. First thing is justice or adl. Second is excellence or being the best, khairiyah. And third, balance or tawazun or iktidal or tawassut, being all forms of excess or extravagance and deficiency or laxity. By upholding these principles, wasatiyah can be manifested through the peace, strength, and solidarity of the ummah, an objective that could be gained by obtaining moderation in life as instructed in Islam. But most importantly, people always think wasatiyah represents only moderation. But most importantly, it also emphasized the need to achieve excellence or the very best. Now, historically, there was a time where we had achieved such quality in all aspects of life. The Islamic Golden Age proved that Muslims, regardless of gender, social status, or backgrounds, are pioneers of many fields of knowledge and contributed immensely to the construct of modern society. However, we can see that this notion is declining in today's society, that Muslims are not the aggressive explorers of knowledge as they used to be, less so if you are a woman. If I may cite my own experience, and the reason why I'm reminiscing is because I have Dato' Wan Sobri with me, or my old family friend. When I started my PhD research, one of my professors, Professor Jeremy Phillips, he was at that time chief rabbi at London Rabbinical Court. He asked me with one question, and it was the first question he asked me when I met him. He said, it must be very difficult for you to study in UK, far away from your country, being a Muslim woman and married with a small child. And I was really struck by that question, And of course, I was quite fast in answering him. And he said, you know, in Malaysia, there was never such an issue. We Malaysians are very lucky because we are never distinguished between our gender. And if you come to Malaysia, many of the top posts are actually filled up with women. You go to universities and you go to schools, they are full of girls and women. But then again, that give me a good motivation to prove myself to him, to excel and prove that his assumption and perhaps the cultural bias is wrong. And you know that in research, there are many, many cultural bias. Now, don't get me wrong, he was the least cultural biased person. He ended up, trusting me by giving him tasks to review on conference in the US, a conference where almost all IB professors went. And he sponsored me, he sponsored trip, and he asked me to write a feature in his magazine. He also wrote a feature on me in his magazine. He became my internal advisor, internal supervisor, and our Viva was actually full of interreligious discussions. My supervisor, Alison, is a devout Christian. External supervisor is Nabil Saleh, an Arab. And of course, the internal supervisor is a chief rabbi, Jeremy Phillips. I could not have been more blessed. What I'm trying to say is that all of us have a role to play to show a Muslim's worth, that we are excellent. And part of the objective of this PG Colloquium is to brush your performance in terms of academic writing as well as oral presentation. We have a role to play in shaping the narratives that we Muslims are the drivers of cultural and knowledge revolution for the last few centuries, that we are responsible for putting theories, ideas, discourse on the world map. After all, the first universities, the first formal tertiary education, and the first form of academic degrees were initiated by us, the Muslims. We are all ambassadors of Islam in the academic world. Now, let me share you a concern of mine. As we Muslims are left behind in this fight for vaccines and rejuvenate our national economy, we are left out of the shaping of the future narratives, and this prolonged COVID-19 pandemic should force us to think and rethink hard of our future in this fragile future and what's left after the pandemic. It reminds me of a hadith regarding the gloomy future of Muslims, where we are similar to foams on the high seas. We are many, yet meaningless in the bigger picture. We are beautiful, yet fragile, even against the slightest pressure. Some are living in their bubble, content with their situations, but lack empathy for others. Some are easily satisfied with mediocrity, with little hunger to get out of their comfort zone and strive for perfection. Some are engrossed with the world they created, despite it being small and faulty. They are scared, anxious about stepping out of their world, and therefore became impervious to the bigger reality of present society. Just like how foams are invulnerable to waves. Indeed, Muslims may be heading to a bleak future, a future where we are many, but the good ones are few. But that does not mean that we could not prevent such a future from happening during our lifetime. This is where you come in. As disciples of knowledge, know that the value of research extends beyond the fulfillment of your gratification. One day, a scholar would refer to your work for his own research. One day, a junior would read your writings on his way to complete his assignment. One day, your research would serve as the foundation for a landmark change in societal trends or administrative governance. That is your role in society. Like it or not, you and your research are the pillars that prevent the Muslim knowledge foundation from tumbling, while also being the building blocks to every advancement of society in future. I'm finishing, don't worry. Lastly, I want to stress the importance of heart or passion in our research. We ladies always talk with emotion, giving value to feelings above logic, while you men might prefer specific interest or passion as your drive or motivation in doing research. Whatever your drive is, one thing for sure is that PhD journey is indeed long, arduous, and unpredictable. But such a journey will be made easy and enjoyable if you conduct your research on an area you are passionate about. Passion is what distinguishes mi goreng mama from perhaps pesto pasta, from the routine homemade dish that your mom cooked in the kitchen to the same dish that comes from a restaurant. It is what add cow, that is a Malay slang, into your research. The PhD journey is about your love for an area of knowledge where you wish to make a mark upon. Hence, your love should give you strength in carrying out this journey. Perhaps it is apt to quote Pak Hamka here, and I really love all his sajak. Cinta bukan mengajar kita lemah, tetapi membangkitkan kekuatan. Cinta bukan mengajar kita menghinakan diri, tetapi menghembuskan kegagahan. Cinta bukan melemahkan semangat, tetapi membangkitkan semangat. As such, my fellow students and now research colleagues, let us show passion in our research. Let us prove the Islamic upholding of ilm. Let us strive for the perfection of knowledge and venture into new territories without fear of the unknown. Let us do all those together and lead the way for the Muslim world to a brighter future. With that, wabillahi taufiq wal hidayah. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you, Prof. Ida Madiha, for the speech, and thank you so much for sharing your valuable experience with us, and also for the beautiful sajak from Pak Hamka. Thank you so much, Prof. I would like to now call upon Yang Berbahagia, Prof. Datuk Dr. Wan Sabri Wan Yusof, to present us with the closing remarks. Please welcome Prof. Datuk.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi taala wabarakatuh. Terima kasih Saudari Pengerusi Majlis. Thank you very much, Dr. Nur Surya, who's MC today. Allah taala wabarakatuh. First and foremost, let me congratulate the organizing committee for having the courage, having the ideas to come up with this international colloquium. It has taken a lot of work behind the scene to make this a reality today. University Sultan Azlan Shah, Kuliah of Islamic Revealed Knowledge, as well as AIUA, Asia Islamic University Associations, it's actually very promising institution that this kind of programs, event
We lost him.
We lost Prof. Datuk. Okay, we will wait for Prof. Datuk, insyaAllah. Prof. Datuk will join us soon, insyaAllah.
It's heavy. It's heavily raining over there. Yeah, he's coming. Welcome back.
Yeah, over to you, Prof. Datuk. We cannot hear Prof. Datuk. Please unmute the speaker, Usas Studio.
Okay, you hear me now?
Yes.
Yes, Prof. Yes, Prof.
Okay. Sorry for the technological interruptions. I thought have said and I've delivered. I almost finished. Never mind, let me repeat myself. First of all, let me congratulate the organizing committee, International Islamic University through Kuliah of Islamic Revealed Knowledge and Human Sciences, led by Professor Shukran and Dr. Haslina, and of course, Postgraduate Center, Professor Ida, and my own university, Sultan Azlan Shah, led by Dr. Zulfahmi and his team. I like to put on record my appreciations for what you have done in these 3 days. With all the shortcoming, we managed to get through this, and I like to put on record my appreciations and congratulations to the teams and the organizing committee. I also like to accept the proposal made by Professor Shukran, proposing that this event should be an annual event of researchers and postgraduate students. We can sit down and discuss, do the brainstorm, so that this program can be improved further. Because the highest participant that I saw in the opening ceremony was
I think we lost Prof. Dato again.
Happened to me yesterday.
Yeah, it's okay. Be patient. Okay, we will wait for Prof. Dato, inshallah. Inshallah, we
Maybe
believe that.
maybe after this we can tell Prof. Datuk where he stopped so he can be reminded. So I think
Inshallah.
he stopped at
Number of students.
number of students joining the opening ceremony.
Okay, inshallah.
Okay, admit. Okay, I admitted. Usa Studio.
Ustaz Studio is already with us, right?
Yes.
kenapa mute? Now you got me back?
Yes,
Yes,
you have
yes.
you.
Okay.
Welcome back, Prof. Dato.
Okay. Never mind. I don't know where did I miss. But never mind. Let me just.
You stop
Let me
until
just.
number of students who were joining the opening ceremony.
Okay. The highest participant was the opening ceremony, which was about 90 participants. I might be wrong, but during that time it was about 86 or about 90 participants. I think we can do better if we really collaborate with all the institutions, especially IUA, Asia Islamic University Association, with 80 members universities. And so if we really work on this, and we can have this event, an annual event, and at the same time, an event that is participated by almost all Islamic universities in Asia. So I like to take that as a challenge for us and for all of us, the committee members, in years ahead. And I have said my piece actually. Been said by Dr. Shukran and Professor Ida Madiha. Her concern, her advice, I really shared. But I have said my piece in my keynote address. I really like what you have said, and hopefully this is the platform that we can find a new talents in this academic world. With that, I record my appreciation to the committee who have been working very hard to make this event a reality. Thank you very much. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi taala wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi taala wabarakatuh. Thank you, Prof. Datuk, for the speech. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, it is my great pleasure to announce that the International Postgraduate Colloquium and Research Poster Competition has successfully received 52 papers altogether. Out of that number, 9 papers, 3 English, 3 Arabic, and 3 Bahasa Melayu have been selected to be the winners of the first, second, and third prize. And all other contestants who did not make it will get the consolation prize. Before we announce the winners of the competitions, we have remarks from the judges. We will listen to the recorded speech by one of our judges, Prof. Dr. Abdul Latif Saleh.
Nahmaduhu wa nusalli wa nusallim ala rasulihil karim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, let me first thank the organizers for giving me the opportunity to share a few comments and observations about the entries to the research poster and presentation competition. This is my own personal observation as one of the judges for the competition in the English section. First, allow me to say a few words about the colloquium and this competition. I must say that I'm very happy and pleasantly surprised at the number of participants in the research presentations competition. No doubt, this bodes well for the future of postgraduate education in Asia. In today's world of increasingly complex environment with concomitant emergent issues and looming problems, research allows us to make sense of the evolving world around us in order to be adaptive and to craft novel ways of dealing with our existential concerns and needs. So I hope this competition would serve as a means for you to share your research experiences and conceivably contribute to the better understandings of the world that we live in. By identifying an emerging and relevant phenomenon or problem and undertaking a well-designed, well-executed research project to explain and resolve the attending issue or problem, you are making an impact on the society and humanity at large. Now, as to the research poster and presentation competition, I'm sure you know how we judge. You are well aware that this competition has two components, the poster and the video presentation. The visual poster carries 60% of the total marks and the verbal presentation merits the remaining 40%. So the competition consists of two elements, the poster and the video presentation. And the video means not only oral, but, well, we want to see the animations, because in the rubrics for presentation, we include gestures, eye contacts, So this is something that, we can only judge by looking at the video presentation. Unfortunately, some of you did not include the video, just the audio presentation. Anyway, let's talk about the entries in the competition generally. Okay, so this is my general remark. Maybe I should first offer a disclaimer of sort, because my comments here are based on the 20 plus, I think about 24, 25 entries in the English sections of the competition. That means I did not look at the entries for the Malay and Arabic sections. However, I'm sure and hope that these comments apply to some degrees or equally to entries for the Arabic and Malay section. In general, I'm quite impressed with the quality of the entries. Of course, there is variation as to be expected, since the topics that we cover includes both Islamic studies and social sciences. Since we lump them together, we'll see a varied ranges of topics which make for interesting watching and reading the poster. Of course, the entries also vary in terms of the rigor of the research work as they reflect the qualitative difference in the requirement for the master's and doctoral levels of postgraduate study. To be sure, there is also variation in quality across these different entries for the obvious reasons. And most importantly is in the how well a work is communicated textually, visually, and verbally. Stylistically, we look for creativity, but some formality in the organization of narrative is expected. What I mean is that you have been exposed to in your research methodology course about what are the elements that have to be there when you present your research work. I mean, from the background, the introduction of the background, research problems, research objective, research design, the methodology, the findings, your conclusion, your limitations. These are the things that should be there. But given the limited space for the poster, we leave it up to you to use your own creativity to somehow shoehorn all this important stuff that you need in order to make sense to the audience, to the listeners about your work. Okay, and that means choosing the right words. And mind you, we are going to evaluate you based on your poster and your presentation. In your poster, you may be very brief, maybe terse, direct, but you can always compensate for that. But in your video presentation, you may want to accentuate, you want to stress, to emphasize some points over the other. And we leave it up to you. Okay? So again, as I say, I'm sure you are familiar with the formal structure of the presentation of research report. Make sure the elements are there. Okay? Now let's go to the specific. To start with, I think the title is crucial. Your title of your presentation must capture the essence of your work. Okay? Of course, the title will depend on what's your work is all about. Your work could be just a descriptive study, explorative studies, or it could be something much more sophisticated, maybe looking at association, looking at the relationship between concepts of variables, and you are very clear about what are the dependent variables and what are the independent variables. So you must capture this in your title. So you may use title like the relationship between whatever concept or variable and other variable or concepts, or you might, for a causal kind of relationship, you may want to use title like the effect of something over something. So these substantive words are crucial because a reader is always trying to figure out at the outset what the research is all about. The reader must be given some insight as to what to expect from your research. So to that extent, you must craft the title to direct the reader or the listener to anticipate the details of the study. For some of the entries that have encountered, I couldn't quite figure out what to expect. The title somehow does not tell me enough, not sufficiently dense to tell me what it's all about. And for some, the title tend to be misleading once you go through the whole presentation. That means that's not what we get for a presentation. Yeah, that means it's quite different from what we expect having read the title of the presentation. So the title is very, very important. Now let's start with the introductions or the background of the study. There is a saying about writing a good essay. Start with a bang and close with a slam. What it means is you must introduce your presentations that is enticingly interesting and inviting. Normally what we do is we start with a research problem and we put it in certain contexts that explains the need for the study. We need to provide the context, and the context can be in the forms of theories, competing theories, or explanation that are out there. Or it could be about certain gaps that cannot be explained by the existing theories, or certain perspective that fail to really capture the problems or the phenomenon. So the research problems statement is very, very important. It tells you where you're coming. It tells us, or it tells the leaders or listeners where you're coming from. So it's very important to be acquainted with certain theories that inform the issue or problem that you want to explore or you want to investigate. You must be familiar with some empirical finding, existing findings, because they will bring you or show you where gaps exist. That gap is what you need to convince readers and listeners why you are doing that research. To look at the problem from a different perspective and so that you can offer a different solution. So the introduction parts, it depends because of the limitation of space, then you can use it, the background, the introductions, that provide an insight into where you're coming from with respect to the study that you are doing. And of course, it follows from there some discussions about the research, or you have to come up and define the problem clearly and come up with the research questions, and then with a research objective, and then the research design, and then what are the methodology that you use, and you have to be very clear about all this. Are you doing a descriptive study, or are you doing a causal kind of quantitative study? And you have to explain how you want to do it, how you carry out this, or how you carried out the study. Yeah? And the method that you employ, is it a survey methods? Is it an interview? Is it textual analysis? Is it comparative historical approaches? These are very, very important to lay out clearly. Because in the end, people want to know, how did you get those information? How do you get those data? They may not be convinced with your finding if they don't trust you with respect to how you collect the data. Yeah? And you probably want also to say something about the limitation with respect to your data and findings. And of course, in the methodology, if you are doing survey research, you have to talk about how you, the sampling, even in qualitative research, it's very important for you. How do you do that? The interviewing, how you select people, and those are the things that people need to know. Okay? And well, I could say that there are clear variation or differences or ranges of how some of the issues are emphasized in the presentation. Okay, and as I said earlier, you may not put everything there in the your poster because of this space limitation, but you could always accentuate stress on some of the more important facts or factors that are very brief, yeah, in your poster, in your presentation, in your video presentation. You can always compensate for the lack of maybe clarity, the choice of certain words, whatever, in the text. You can always explain it better verbally or orally. Okay? I don't have much to say, actually. I'm, as I said earlier, I was quite impressed with what you have done, and there are many, for example, there are many qualitative studies in these entries, which is kind of not to say it's against the current. The currency is people are doing mostly quantitative stuff, but I'm seeing, especially in some particular areas of research, the use of or the adoption of the qualitative analysis method. Okay, and I've not seen any comparative historical or any archival research. Of course, there is a textual analysis in the entries, and I hope, given what is going on in the world today, we can do a lot to improve in terms of discovering the kind of problem and defining it clearly, and then finding solution to it. This kind of endeavor, this is what research is all about. For example, if we take today's COVID-19 pandemic, you can start off with a very descriptive study just to know who they are, where they are, what they are, when, to be able to understand pandemic. But then you can, go further and look at if you have enough theory that explains certain behavior to be able to relate certain concepts with certain phenomena related to this COVID. So, there are given emerging issues of the world, the way research is to conduct an excellent research in order to come up with impactful understanding of the world and innovative solutions to the problem that we face. So with that, I'll end my comment here. It's too long. I hope you gain some understanding and insight from my comment. Good luck to everyone. Keep on participating in this kind of competition. Keep on improving, and I hope we will come up with some good research that are beneficial and impactful for society. Thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you, Prof. Dr. Abdul Latif Saleh, for the comprehensive remarks from the judges. I would like to now call upon Prof. Dr. Shukran Abdul Rahman to announce the winners of Bahasa Melayu category. Please welcome, Prof.
Thank you, Dr. Surya. I have the honor to announce the winner for the Bahasa Melayu category winners, starting from the third prize. The winner of this category with the research entitled Kajian Pembangunan Modul Peningkatan Pengajaran dan Pembelajaran Jawi Temiar bagi pelajar tahun 1 Sekolah Murid Orang Asli Daerah Kuala Kangsar. The presenter is Aina Fatini binti Muhammad Safian. Any acceptance speech? No. Okay, I'll proceed to the second one. The second winner is a researcher with a research topic entitled Pengaruh Kepimpinan Distributif Guru Besar terhadap peningkatan tahap komitmen dan kepuasan kerja guru di sekolah rendah. The author or the presenter is Nagaraja Palaniapan. Congratulations. And the winner, the first place, goes to a research entitled Elemen Al-Hillah dalam produk kewangan berasaskan akad atau waruk. The presenter is Muhammad Rizal bin Muhammad Nur. Congratulations. For your information, the first prize or the first winner will be receiving a prize which value is 500 ringgit. Second is 300 ringgit, and the third is 200 ringgit. So congratulations to all of you. Okay, thank you very much. Over to you, Dr. Surya.
Thank you, Prof. Shukran, and congratulations to all the winners for Bahasa Melayu category. Now, I would like to invite Prof. Dr. Ida Madiha Abdul Ghani Azmi to announce the winners of English category. Please welcome, Prof.
Thank you very much. I'm honored to announce the winners of the English category. A total of 19 submissions were received. And the third place goes to Nurul Miza Muhammad Rashid for the research titled Examining the Effect of News Media Coverage on the Syrian Civil War Towards Radical Extremist Mindset Among Malay Muslims. The second place goes to Muhammad Shafin Muhammad Ashaf for a research entitled Peaceful Coexistence Through the Concepts of Brahma Viharas of Buddhism and Maqasid Ash-Shari'ah of Islam, a Textual Analysis. And of course, the first place goes to Badruil Haril Abdul Rahim for a paper entitled Promoting Sustainable Sports Legacy in Gold Ball, lifelong learning platform for students athletes with visual impairment. Congratulations to all the winners. The remaining 16 competitors will receive a token of 50 ringgit in appreciation of their participation. Thank you. Congratulations.
Thank you, Prof. Ida Madiha, and congratulations to all the winners for English category, especially to my supervisee, Brother Muhammad Shafin. So congratulations. I would like to now call upon Prof. Dr. Wan Sabri Wan Yusof to announce the winners of Arabic category. Please welcome Prof. Dato.
Boleh. Okay, thank you very much, MC. I have the honor to announce the winner for Arabic categories. The Academic Committee of International Postgraduate Curriculum, Colloquium, and Research Poster Competition has evaluated the posters and video presentation and agreed that the winners of the competitions are as follows. We have 14 submissions altogether, and third place goes to Nur Farhana Muhammad Zainul, research title Adabus Sujun Inda Taufiq Ziyad, Qasidah Sumur min Sujun Namu Zajan, and she will receive token of 200 ringgit. Second place goes to Mahdi Adam. The title of the research is Istikhdam Tabaqat al-Isharat al-Marji'iyah limuzaminah al-muhtawa ala sufahat al-mushaf Mushaf Uthmani Namuzajan. And first place, the winner, goes to Mashita Johan, and she's from USAS. And the title is Zakat Rawatib wal Ujur Dirasah Fiqhiyah Ta'siliyah wa Tatbiqiyah bi Malaysia Namuzajan. And the remaining 11 competitors.
We lost Prof. Dato again. Shall I proceed? I think I should proceed because I think Dato already announced all the winners. And congratulations. Thank you so much, Prof. Dato, and congratulations to all the winners for Arabic category. Okay, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, Alhamdulillah, we have now come to the end of the International Postgraduate Colloquium and Research Poster Competition 2021. On behalf of all the committee members, I would like to express my utmost gratitude to all the distinguished guests and members of FLOR for making this event a success. And I would like to take this opportunity to apologize for my shortcomings in hosting this session. I wish the organizers, the participants all the best, and may Allah bless all our effort in this journey of knowledge. To get the blessing from Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala, I would like to invite Ustaz Anwar bin Abdul Basir to recite the dua. Please welcome Ustaz.
I think the dua recitation also from Ustaz.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe we should also wait for Prof. Dr. Wan because we are going to take photo together.
Yes.
So we may have to wait for them. So
Inshallah, we will have a photography session after the dua recitation. So please be patient. We'll wait for Prof. Dato and also our team from USAS. So this is one of the challenges when we have, especially when we have online programs, when we have webinar and etc. So this is one of the challenges. So be patient. Yes, to start, please.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Assalamualaikum.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillahirabbil alamin. Wassalatu wassalam ala sayyidina Muhammad wa ala alihi wa ashabihi ajma'in. Ya Allah, ya Rahim, ya Ghaffar, ampunilah kami.
I think we lost our USAS team again. Okay, let's wait for a few minutes, inshallah. They will join us soon, inshallah.
Kira. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Assalamualaikum.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillahirabbil alamin. Wassalatu wassalam ala sayyidina Muhammad wa ala alihi wa ashabihi ajma'in. Ya Allah, ya Rabbi, ya Ghaffar, ampunilah kami, kedua-dua kami, guru kami dan seluruh kaum muslimin dan muslimat. Kami antara yang mendengar kami berikan kepada mereka ya Allah segenap keselamatan dan kesejahteraan. Amin. Ya Allah, ya Karim, ya Aziz. Sesungguhnya kami berhimpun pada hari ini bagi menyatakan bersyukur untuk kami yang tidak terima. Kami jadikanlah kami hamba-hamba-Mu yang tidak bersyukur di atas nikmat. Sesungguhnya Engkau Maha mengetahui bahawa kami di sini ini mengimbau ilmu yang luas bagi mengembangkan potensi.
Amin, 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 ya Rabbal Alamin. Thank you, Ustaz Anwar, for the dua recitation. Before we leave this event, I would like to invite our distinguished guests and all the participants for the photography session. May I request from all of you to switch on your camera for this photography session.
Bye. 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 All right. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Okay. 1, 2. Okay, one more, one more. Smile. Smile. Okay, done.
Okay, done.
Mana Prof Dr. Wan tak nampak dalam skrip nanti tak?
There,
Yeah,
he
group.
is sitting. He is sitting together with the team.
Oh, okay.
So thank you, and thank you very much. And before we part, please accept this Malay pantun from me. So I have another pantun for all of you. Kalau ada jarum yang patah, jangan disimpan di dalam peti. Kalau ada silap dan salah, harap sudi maafkan kami, which roughly means please forgive us for our shortcomings, especially the technical problems and etc. Till we meet again, perhaps maybe next semester or next year. Stay safe, stay healthy. Thank you and Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi ta'ala wabarakatuh. Let us end our session with the recitations of Tasbih Kafara and Surah Al-As. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi ta'ala wabarakatuh.
Thank you very much, everyone. Thank you very much, Ustaz. Thank you very much, Prof. Datuk, Dr. Wan, Prof. Latif. Thank you so much. Prof. Azizan is also here. Thank you very much, Prof. Azizan, for joining us. Professor Dr. Shukran and Hana Azira for helping with the academic committee. Prof. Rahma as our judges, our moderators. Ustaz,
Congratulations. Assalamualaikum.
Thank you, everyone.
So congratulations to the winners. Yep. Okay. Thank you, Dr. Syed. Thank you, Dr. Surya.
Welcome.
Okay.
All right. Thank you. Thank you, our technical teams. 3 days.
Thank you. Signing off. Assalamualaikum.
All right. Thank you, Dr. Zahid. And the moderators. Dr. Zul, thank you so much, Dr. Zul.
Yes.
Banyak cabaran ya.
Banyak cabaran.
InsyaAllah. It's
Alhamdulillah.
okay. Tenang je, Dr. Zul. Kita punya nombor 1 semua daripada USAS ya?
Itulah.
First winners kita semua USAS ya? Wow. Tapi ramai yang masuk daripada USAS pun, I think. Many are from USAS. Alhamdulillah, congratulations. Good. So next year boleh buat lagi ke?
English tu, yang English, sosiologi, HS kot, UIA.
Sosiologi. Dr. Zul, tahun depan boleh